Hey, welcome back. Or if you're new here, it's great to have you. Today I want to talk about something we've all thought about at some point. Maybe when we're setting goals, maybe when we're failing, or even when we're watching someone else succeed and wondering, what's their secret? What is the key to success? It's one of the most common questions in the world, and the truth is there's no shortage of answers. You've probably heard a bunch of them already. Work hard, stay focused, believe in yourself, surround yourself with the right people, never give up. And hey, those are all solid pieces of advice. But they're not really the key. They're parts of the puzzle. So if we're talking about a single powerful key to success, one that opens the door no matter what field you're in, no matter where you're starting from, here it is. Consistency with purpose. That's it. That's the answer. But let's unpack it, because it's simple, but not easy. Let's start with consistency. Consistency is showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. Anyone can start something. Anyone can be excited for a few days, but success doesn't come from a few great days. It comes from what you do on the boring days, the tired days, the nobody's watching you days. You see, consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence, and confidence creates results. It's a chain reaction. Imagine a writer who writes 500 words every single day. That's not a huge amount. It might take 30 minutes. But in a year, that's 182,500 words. That's 2 or 3 full-length books, and all they did was stick with it. Day by day, bit by bit. Now let's talk about the second part, purpose. Because here's the thing, consistency without direction can actually waste your time. You can work super hard at the wrong thing. You can burn yourself out chasing someone else's definition of success. That's why purpose matters. It gives your effort meaning. It helps you make better decisions. It keeps you going when things get tough. Not because you're chasing applause, but because what you're doing matters to you. Purpose is your why. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? Who does it help? How does it align with your values? When you know your purpose, you don't just hustle harder, you hustle smarter. You stop chasing shortcuts, and you start building something real. Let me give you an example. Think about someone training for a marathon. Now, if they just go run every day without a training plan, without understanding what their body needs, without a reason for doing it, they might get injured, they might burn out, or they might just give up halfway through. But someone who runs every day with a plan, who eats right, rests properly, and stays connected to why they signed up in the first place, maybe it's for their health, maybe to honor a loved one, maybe to prove something to themselves. That person is far more likely to cross the finish line. So when we talk about success, whatever it means to you, whether it's building a business, becoming a better parent, mastering a skill, or simply becoming a stronger version of yourself, it always comes back to these two things. Be consistent and stay aligned with your purpose. Now, here's the part that most people overlook. Success is not a destination. It's not a finish line where you suddenly arrive and everything's perfect. It's a moving target. It's a process. Sometimes you'll feel like you're winning. Other times you'll feel lost. That's normal. The people we look up to, the authors, the athletes, the creators, the entrepreneurs, they're not successful because they never failed. They're successful because they kept showing up, learning, adjusting, and moving forward with intention. It's also important to say this. Success looks different for everyone. For some people, it's financial freedom. For others, it's peace of mind. For some, it's creating impact. The key is knowing what success means to you and then building your habits and mindset around that, not someone else's version of it. So, if you take anything away from this video, let it be this. Success isn't about being the smartest or the most talented or the luckiest. It's about being the most consistent person in the room, with a clear reason why you're doing what you're doing. When you pair those two, consistency and purpose, you become unstoppable. Not because life gets easier, but because you get clearer, stronger, more focused. And in the long run, that's what wins. Thanks for sticking around. If this gave you something to think about, hit that like button. Maybe share it with someone who needs to hear it. And let me know in the comments, what does success mean to you? I'll see you in the next one.